Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked Part 9. We're at this new planet now, this planet where I imagine it rains all the time, it's cloudy all the time, kind of like the weather in Seattle, but it's all mucky and gray and dirty. The perfect kind of place to host a war zone, which is pretty much what we're running into right now. Yet another one of Seaman Vox's war zones. How many war zones does he have? How many plants did he have? Did he have to dupe into giving away their resources just so they could get turned into war zones for Gleeman Vox, and whatever his name is? We're in these. First it gives us this corridor challenge where we're dependent on the robots yet again to not tighten bolts, but to twist those sphere things around just so we can get through. While at the same time we dodge this constant battering we're getting from all these enemies. We just jump and take them out with the fusion rifle. One shot, one kill. And if you're lucky, you might get to kill a few of them with one shot. I think those things on the cylinder things in the ground explode too when you shoot at them. Yeah, they do, like those barrels in Doom. I'm pretty sure Insomniac Games got some of their ideas from Doom, so there is some Doom influence in some of these games. Easily destroy those dropships now, easy with the fusion rifle. The fusion rifle is the most powerful weapon we have right now. Mostly because it's more upgraded than that rocket launcher we have. But of course, I'm still going to be using the rocket launcher a lot to get an upgrade. Since it's upgraded, it's probably going to be just as good as the fusion rifle. Just destroying these guys, these bad robot guys here. Just destroying with this gun that looks like it's shooting out popcorn almost. So maybe it does use, maybe when it has no upgrades, maybe just uses popcorn as bullets. Kind of reminds me of that game my father showed me a long time ago where you fly a stupid potato ship and it breaks in like 1 or 2 hits because it's made out of frickin' potatoes. What do you expect? I mean, if a gun was made of potatoes, it wouldn't really do much anyways. I mean, there was that Power Rangers game I played on the SNES, where the main enemies you fight against are called putties, and they're allegedly called that because they're made out of Play-Doh. I guess that makes sense. They get killed in like a few hits. If an enemy really was made out of Play-Doh, they probably would get killed in a few hits. Imagine if the enemies in this game are made out of Play-Doh. They probably are if you play on the 1-star difficulty setting, which I don't think I've ever done before. I don't know what this game is like on 1-star difficulty. I've actually never played this game on at least 3-star difficulty, or sometimes even more. I've played this game so much now that even though the second hardest difficulty in the game doesn't seem like much of a challenge anymore. It does seem like a reasonable challenge, or insanely challenging challenge sometimes on hard mode, but even then some levels can be quite easy. I don't know, I guess Insomniac Games like to give us breathers every now and then. Just gonna let these robot things go and activate these orb things, these orby things that are things that we could gain access to the next part of the level, lowering the ray shield. Yeah, ray shields are underrated, because ray shields keep us away from things. If only more people knew about ray shields. We should invent them in real life, use them as home security systems for our home. That way we never have to worry about burglars coming in again. We also never have to worry about Michael Jackson sneaking into our houses in the middle of the night to steal our games. Why would Michael Jackson want to steal our games? I don't know why Michael Jackson would want to steal our video games. What use would he have with them? He's overly rich, he has billions and billions of dollars, and he's dead, so why would he have to play video games? I think this is the end of or almost at the end of the level now. We're nearing the end now. More of this smackdown, where it gives China finds it easier a lot of time to jump and use the fusion rifle to blast them. Because if you stand there and you actually use it as it's intended, you're gonna get killed most of the time. Maybe that's why I very seldom use the fusion rifle for its intended purpose, to be a sniper rifle, where you go and snipe them down, pick them off, pew 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 pew, you pick them off. This is the next part. This is a much wider open map. We're gonna be, you guessed it, tightening bolts again. What does this game have with tightening bolts? It's like the people who played this game had some kind of fetish for tightening bolts. It's like, yeah, getting their bolt right in there, deeply in there, and tighten it. So it's like all well in there. I wonder what Insomniac Games had of bolts. Pretty sure Spyro games had somewhat similar things in them too. Even Disruptor may have had something kind of like that. And well, I don't think Disruptor did, but I know Spyro did a lot of the time. We're gonna be stopped by these turrets. Well, when this rocket launcher is fully upgraded, it's gonna explode. The rockets are gonna explode into tiny little balls that destroy anything they touch. But we can only get that happen if we play it to a point where we upgrade. Go World of Warcraft if this thing. Keep playing it until we beat the game. mean, this game isn't exactly infinite. I mean, this game does start off from beginning of the game again on harder difficulty after you beat the game. It's still not quite like World of Warcraft where it's infinite. An infinite game. That's probably why so many people are addicted to World of Warcraft around this time this game is coming out. Is this game a competitor of World of Warcraft? I don't really think it was. But then again, I know jack about World of Warcraft, so how would I know? Remember there was a kid in middle school did a speech about World of Warcraft addiction and how bad it is. And most of the speech was just him crying like a little brat because his family's addicted to World of Warcraft. I feel very sorry for that kid. He did a speech. His speech is supposed to be about your favorite thing. I guess his favorite addiction was World of Warcraft. I remember they brought a Windows Vista laptop to school one time and had World of Warcraft in a disk drive. Yeah, I remember back in the good old days when games came on discs. Those game days are long over. I just want you to buy everything on Steam or good old games now. Yeah, that's where how games are gonna be, because those computers don't have optical disk drives. Heck, this desktop computer I'm using right now doesn't have an optical disk drive. But why am I not surprised? Well, like that time that guy bought that game, that Crash Insane Trilogy, I think, and inside of it was, it was a physical game, but inside was just a cardboard disc that had a code to go to Steam. Yeah, I wonder how well that worked to be put into a disk drive. It'd be cool if they made like a limited edition physical copy of the game that was DRM free, like a lot of the games on goodoldgames.com. I actually tested that a while ago. I mean, Good Old Games always says that, oh, you buy games from us, they're DRM free, they don't require online activation. So I tested it out. I put up all the Star Wars games that I bought from there, as well as Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I put that all into my other laptop, my HP laptop, and Mysteries of the Sith worked perfectly fine. Sure, I had to install an additional thing from Microsoft so I could allow direct play on Windows 11, but that was Windows 11's fault, and that's Microsoft's fault for making Windows 11 such a horrid version of Windows. So that's Microsoft's fault then, and not Good Old Games' fault. Good Old Games is awesome, and they never interrupt my games when I play them, unlike something like what Steam does a lot of the time. And somehow I just earned 3 more fusion rifle blasts. 3 more blasts of fusion rifles, just enough to kill that robotic thing. It looks like an orc almost. It almost looks like something like some sort of orc from some sort of fairy tale, maybe. Some grim fairy tale, some disturbing fairy tale, maybe that parents would tell to their kids to make kids scared. No wonder why kids are scared of so many things. Read them so many gruesome stories of scary stuff. Imagine if they made this game into a storybook, or better yet, if they made this game into like a live stage show. Ratchet Deadlocked, a live stage performance, now on Broadway. Ratchet Deadlocked on Broadway. That sounds like a funny idea for a play. Ratchet Deadlocked, and it'll be starring a random Peepo monkey from Ape Escape, and it will be done entirely in Japanese, because that's the best language Ratchet and Clank could possibly exist with. Japanese, which is why I've pretty much always done the Japanese versions of these games for my Let's Plays. It just sounds much cooler in Japanese. Everything sounds a lot cooler in Japanese. The whole world knew it was truly cool. We'd all be speaking Japanese right now. It's probably a much better language than English in a lot of ways. It's not confusing at all, or filled with contradictions. It's just straight up plain, it is what it is. It's Japanese. I love Japanese food as well, too. It's better than Western food sometimes. I just wish there were more places where I could get Japanese food where I am. Then I could really, truly live a weeb lifestyle, full weeb diet. I wonder if I'll ever end up on that show, Totally Obsessed. Oh wait, that show's probably not on the air anymore. Fred Willard's dead now, and I don't think they've made it. They're known to embellish things, or change things, or exaggerate things to make it sound more extreme than it really truly was. But I still have the fusion rifle I used to pick off the enemies. There we go, destroy that thing. And collect all the bolts that come off of it. Bolts, the main currency in the game. I wonder how Ratchet & Clank's economy is doing these days. I wonder how negatively the economy's been impacted by Ratchet collecting all these bolts and buying stuff. Does it really have a good impact on the economy? I don't know how economy works in this. I wonder if there'll ever be a future Ratchet & Clank about inflation. Ratchet & Clank have to fight against inflation, and that's somehow the premise of the game, and maybe it was a plot from Captain Quark, or some other villain. I know, is Dr. Nefarious still around? I wouldn't know. I don't really play modern Ratchet & Clank games that much, so I just wouldn't know. And I think that's the end of the challenge. They just destroyed that rotating gear thing, which I think granted us access to some sort of building thing. I think now we're going to start the next challenge, where it's probably going to be some kind of, I don't know, we only got 5,000 bolts for that. Such a big job, really, 5,000 bolts. Why am I not surprised? Now we've just been granted access to the inside. We're going to be twisting and rolling more orbs around. Rolling his balls. He hasn't really got his balls rolling around. Balls rolling around, doing all sorts of stuff. I can't think of a joke right now that wouldn't get me cancelled. If they don't pick off these enemies again, like always that come out. You can imagine going through Spyro with like this, where the escape monkey has a gun, and you just walk through the Spyro game, and he just downright guns down all the enemies in front of him. Especially those Norks in that Twilight Harbor level from Spyro 1. Those Norks had guns. Spyro was mostly defenseless. But oh no, he wouldn't have been defenseless if he had one of these, of him, a fusion rifle. It kills everything that it touches. It kills everything that even looks. If even vaguely glances at something, it instantly gets destroyed and it gets exploded into frickin' smithereens. Yeah, that sounds like something I would say in some kind of rant where I want to destroy something. Like that coworker of mine that was really angered over Lenovo for doing such a shoddy job of a corporate laptop. $6,000 for a corporate laptop, and they give you and they don't even bother to fix it when something happens. I heard it was really a big rant against Lenovo. I imagine if I was 5 years old listening to that coworker's rant, I probably would have started to cry if that happened. Yeah, but then I've been like, oh no, I wasn't yelling at you. I was just yelling at the lady for the fact that they stopped serving breakfast at 10:30. It was kind of like that. Yeah, apparently Lenovo has really crappy customer service. I never even considered buying a Lenovo computer. Oh, my mom's interested in getting one later this year because she needs a new laptop. Her laptop still uses Windows 10. And she's been reluctant to upgrade it until this year, so she'll be getting a new laptop. I keep telling her she should get one from Dell, because I have a credit from Dell that I got, like a bonus credit I got from when I bought my computer from Dell. It expires this December, so I'm encouraging her to buy a Dell laptop. And I heard Dell is much better customer service than Lenovo, or so I was told. Lenovo was so much better back in the days before they bought IBM, and IBM was still IBM. But again, if that never happened, IBM may still cease to exist, as I was told that they were going out of business. Citation needed, but IBM, I know, maybe IBM would have found some way to make a comeback. I know IBM's been around for a long time, way longer than a lot of people realize, since good old 1911, the birth year of Ronald Reagan, and the guy that made the Phantom, what was his name, Lee Falk, as well as that guy I absolutely despise, L. Ron Hubbard. Some of his books are fine, but some of his books are like god-awful, like Mission Earth. Mission Earth is one of the worst book series I've ever read. Good God, how is stuff like that allowed to get printed and published? I don't know what's going on in that messed up guy's mind. And the worst part is, I think I had a law teacher in my last year of high school that was L. Ron Hubbard, possibly the reincarnation of him. They look so much alike and they sound so much alike. I'm just talking about traumatizing moments, traumatizing memories, and they're not the kinds of traumatizing memories you get from being in a game like this. I wonder if Ratchet and Clank ever get traumatizing memories over some of the things they've done in their games. I mean, this is probably the most traumatizing one. Getting abducted against your own will, and then being forced into a war zone where there's tons of chaos. And it's all done for a TV show, just so this guy can boost his ratings and get better publicity and more sponsors and ultimately make more money. Yeah, corporate greed really has taken a toll on this galaxy. I'm pretty sure this is still a Solana galaxy, maybe. Or maybe it's some other galaxy. I mean, it's definitely not the Bogon galaxy, I'm pretty sure of that. I'm gonna go and gun down more of those enemies in this room. It's a good thing to give us these little charge pad things, these health replenishment pads things, where it's kind of like those things that have in the original Twisted Metal, where you could drive on those things and it replenishes your health. I'm starting to realize that the original Twisted Metal is such a genius game now. I'm sure I used to bash it a lot for flaws, but I didn't realize how genius it truly was. Maybe it secretly was my second favorite Twisted Metal game all along, next to Twisted Metal 4. If I could only own 2 Twisted Metal games, I probably own Twisted Metal 4 and the original. The more I think of it now, my opinions are getting updated. And the only Twisted Metal game that I still haven't Let's Played yet, was Twisted Metal Small Brawl. I should have done that back in 2022, but I didn't for some reason, and I kind of forgot about it. Well, better late than never. At least now I'm going to be doing it in 2026, probably. It's a short enough game. I'm sure I could get for it. Oh, got 7,000 bolts for that. Much less of a challenge than the other missions, but I get paid way more bolts than that. Yeah, like a few thousand bolts more. And this is pretty much the same challenge we saw earlier, but now it's timed this time. We have a minute and a half. We have 90 seconds to run for this level and pretty much kill every enemy we see, kill everything that moves, and just destroy everything. And it all seems like a carnival game almost. What's with Insomniac Games and making carnival games? Get these carnival shoot-em-up games where you win prizes. Only the prize you're going to win is the fact that you're still going to be alive afterwards, and that you will be considered the champion of Dread Zone on the Vox Sports Network. Yeah, it seems like a pretty good reward. I keep getting weapons from Disruptor that I could use to blast down these enemies and destroy them and make sure they don't exist anymore. They blast the crap out of them. Then jump in here, kill some more stuff. Just shoot that guy a bunch of times till he's dead, and then we have less than 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left! Imagine that Robert sidekick from Jumping Flash, that Kumagar, whatever his name is probably going to be saying, 30 seconds left! Yeah, that sounds... You always get they always have different voice actors, different sidekicks. Robin doesn't even have one sidekick. He has at least a few, I think, that I know of. I remember two of them were named Bill and Ted. I didn't get that reference until years later. It's Bill and Ted, like from that movie, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And 1 second to go, and I just won the challenge, just like that. An abrupt end to an 8,000 bolt win. Ray Phoenix, signing out.